So here, Marco could maybe even bear down early to pin Pear, so that Pear doesn't think he can tack there, because I think Pear... Yeah, I'll have to play that again in slow motion. I don't remember what happened. Oh, this is a nasty situation for these two to get into. Yeah, tack with him! Good move, yeah! Woo! So the rules that apply here for Marco trying to pin Pear are the tacking rule, which states that a boat isn't actually technically tacking until they cross head to wind, and then they continue to be the tacking giveaway boat from head to wind until the new close-hauled course. And then the second rule that applies is acquiring right of way. So when Pear appears on close-hauled starboard, he has to allow Marco space or room to avoid him. So this actually plays out as it should, but I think that if Marco can crowd Pear a little bit more, then Pear wouldn't try to get away with tacking onto starboard. Sort of like in the final images where Malin tacks at the same time as Carl Johan tacks, crowding Carl Johan out so that he would not be able to tack back onto starboard until Malin has a clean starboard ley line. These two to get into. Yeah, tack with him! Good move, yeah! So coming back to this situation, Pear manages to get a tack off because Marco didn't stick too close to him. And they end up both on starboard, but they end up with a nasty ley line here. And this is the really interesting situation because Marco knows he can't make the ley line, knows he's in a bad situation, does a smart move of bearing off to create some space so that he can tack and duck below Pear, and if Pear keeps on sailing straight to the mark, Marco can round to windward and behind him. That's sort of what's going on in Marco's mind, but as Marco makes the decision to bear off, Pear actually tacks. And so if Marco had known that Pear was going to tack, Marco could have tacked with Pear and done the move that Malin did on Carl Johan there. So I don't know that there's much to be said here because how could Marco know that Pear didn't have a good ley line? Marco's assuming Pear does have a good ley line. Maybe Marco could shoot up into the wind and convince Pear to tack. The problem is that if Pear doesn't tack, or if Pear can't tack because there's another boat to windward of him, then they could both end up getting really screwed on that mark if they don't make the ley line. So this is probably the smart move by Marco, not knowing Pear's intentions. But if Marco has a good idea that Pear is probably going to tack, he could maybe encourage Pear to tack and then tack with Pear and pin him.